my name is Megan Shipman, and you might know me as Anya Forger from Spy Family. And you are listening to Podcasts Across Worlds, Hawaii's #1 podcast for anime and video games.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome to Podcasts Across Worlds, where we like to read a lot of manga, watch a lot of anime, and talk about it for hours. I'm your host, Lehua Superfina. Y'all, we attended Kawaii Kon 2025, and get ready because we've got a rising star joining us. Her voice is full of charm and energy, bringing to life some of the most memorable and adorable dynamic characters in recent hits. You've laughed alongside with her as the telepathic and utterly delightful Anya Forger in the smash hit Spy Family. You felt her unwavering loyalty as a determined Brava in My Hero Academia. We are thrilled to welcome the wonderful Megan Shipman.
So, Megan, it's fabulous that you are on Podcasts Across Worlds at Kawaii Kon 2025.
Yeah.
How has your time been in Hawaii so far?
It's been great. Did snorkeling, scuba diving. We're going to go hiking tomorrow. And I've been to Maui before. I haven't been to this island before, so it's just a different island, so it's a different vibe, it's bigger than Maui for sure, but it's so pretty still. Like, I love just looking up and you're like, oh, the mountains, they're so beautiful. Like, it's gorgeous. So
why were you on Maui before?
For my sister-in-law's wedding. She got married in Maui. And she did that because my in-laws, they actually did their honeymoon in Hawaii like forever long ago, whenever they got married. So she was like, well, I'll go to Hawaii too. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So we did like Road to Hana, Mount Haleakala. So pretty.
I haven't even done Haleakala yet.
Oh, it's great. You feel like you're on a different planet. It's gorgeous. So
I've heard stories about, I've seen pictures of it. You're like really high up, and then like sometimes it even snows.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. And the drive up the mountain to get to Haleakala is so pretty too. It's just, all of Maui is so pretty. I love it.
Do you like to go hiking too?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not like a super avid hiker, but I like doing easy hikes just to kind of see the really beautiful like waterfalls and panoramic views. And yeah, they're really pretty.
I also like to hike. I used to hike a lot. I would hike by myself, and people would say, no, you're supposed to have a partner. I'm like, really? Why? And then I'll hear the stories of people going off the trail.
Stories.
And I'm like, oh, that's wild.
Yeah, horror stories.
On the trail.
Yeah, I don't leave. I stay where I'm supposed to.
There's like a couple of times where I got a little lost. It's like, I think this is a trail, and then it was like going to be climbing up rocks. It's like, no, I don't think this is a trail.
I don't think they would make me climb rocks. I don't think that's what would happen.
And that was the moment where I thought, this is why you need a partner. No, that's not it.
Yes. Now I see.
What else do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I love to quilt. I love quilting because I've known how to sew for a long time. I learned a long time ago, but I tried clothes. Clothes are really frustrating to me because they're really intricate, and I mess up a bunch.
Yeah, so, like there's patterns, and you're supposed to cut them in the shape of the patterns, and when you sew it, it's like, it's not.
I really hate cutting patterns out. I really hate it. Whereas with quilting, you can make these really beautiful designs, but cutting is easy. You cut in straight lines, super easy. And it's fun. And you can make things for your friends, and it's a blanket. Who doesn't want a blanket? So I feel like everyone wants a blanket.
How do you pick the materials?
Oh, that's kind of the fun part is I actually got like a bundle of mystery fabric, and it was all cats. It was a cat themed fabric collection. And so I have a friend who has a ton of cats. And so I was like, I'll just make a quilt for her because she has 1 million cats and she will love this. So I actually finished the whole top of it before I came here. So sometime in the next month, I'm going to finish putting it all together and finally give it to her. So I love that. I also love reading. I love reading like fantasy and stuff like that. So that's really fun. I do that in my free time. Mainly when I travel though, because I have like a small child, as we were talking about earlier. And so you don't always get time to read at home. But luckily when I travel, I have a long plane ride to read. So at least there's that. I can do it then. So
were you into Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings
Oh,
when it
yeah.
came out, became mainstream?
Yes, I loved Harry Potter. Like I was reading. Luckily I was reading Harry Potter before the movies came out. Like I was just old enough to like start reading the books, and then kind of still be in that target demographic when it came out. So I really did like grow up like with the Harry Potter movies and the books. Like I remember being in, I don't know, 5th grade or something and reading The Goblet of Fire, which at the time was a huge book. And I just kept asking my school librarian, like, can I keep it? I promise I'm reading it. I am. I'm getting farther. And she was like, as long as you're reading it, you can keep rechecking it out. And she's like, I just want to make sure you're reading it. And I was like, I am. I promise.
And they're so thick too.
They are. And for like an elementary school, like that's a lot. Like that book was a lot. So, but yeah, I love Harry Potter. I never actually read Lord of the Rings, but I loved watching the movies growing up. So that was good.
I was super into fantasy books when I was in middle school and high school. Like, I would sometimes go to Barnes and Nobles or Borders just to say,
Borders, yes. Borders.
Like, which one strikes my fancy?
Yes. In high school, I was in the Twilight craze.
Oh,
yeah. So that was my whole thing. I was a big Twilight nerd growing up in high school. And I still am. I really am.
Yes.
You know?
Vampires, werewolves, supernatural,
everything. Everyone wants Bella. But honestly, I always tell people, I'm like, honestly, Bella is boring. But everyone else is so interesting. So that's really what gets me. I'm like, I want to know more about everybody else.
Bella was just a vehicle.
She's the vehicle to get us where we need to go. But yeah. So that's my background of reading and Oh, you found my friend found a pin that looks like her dog. That's okay. This is look, it's so cute. I'm so glad you found him. Cameo, that's Natalie. She voices Yor in Spy Family. We love talking about our dogs. So
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a schnauzer. He's like he's half schnauzer, half chihuahua, but he looks more schnauzerly. And then Natalie has like 4 chihuahuas. So yeah. Anytime we see dogs, right? Little dog. And anytime we see like dog merch in artist alleys, we're like, oh, I found dog stuff. So I still have some keychains I got that look like some of her dogs at a convention that I was at, but she wasn't, and so I got them for her, and I still haven't given them to her. But
that's so fun. I'm like that with cats. So we are a cat family, and there's so many cat merch. But the thing that gets us is social media, reels of the animals. Like
there was a cat walking around on Saturday Friday. The days blur together. But the cat was in a little wagon, and they had him dressed up like Aizawa from My Hero Academia. He was a black cat. He just had the little goggles, and they had a little scarf on him. It was
I saw him.
So cute.
Mallory.
Yes, so cute. I was in love with him. I was like, you are so adorable.
So behaved to keep all that on and just stay on the wagon.
He was getting treats all day. I saw him. He was like, yummy. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'd put up with it too if I got treats all day. So
your dog, is this the first dog you've had in your family, or have you had dogs before?
This is like I've had dogs before growing up, and so is my husband. But we got our dog after, I think like a year after we got married, and so now we have our kid, and so he's like 7 years old. So he's got some life in him. He's very dramatic. With our kid, if he wants attention, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm hurt, I'm limping," and then like 2 hours later, he'll be perfectly fine. And it's only because he wants attention. And he's very dramatic. So yeah.
So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you've done some ADR music for the anime. How did that happen?
So I have a degree in music. So that was like my creative field, and I taught choir full time for like 3 years. Then I quit because I hated it. Horrible. There were some kids I loved, but overall it was like, this is not for me right now. But I was already doing voice acting. So about, I would say like a little into when I was doing voice acting, and then I wanted to start directing, just like normal directing. but I hadn't found a chance to really ask anybody yet. And someone was like, hey, you do music. We need help doing some music directing. Would you be okay with that? And I was like, yes, because that can be the way I start doing more directing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got into doing directing in general too. But yeah, so I got to use my degree, and doing singing, like music directing sessions, is so much fun. Because it's a very collaborative thing where you just want your actor to feel really comfortable. Because some people aren't super comfortable singing, like they can, but they don't. They're like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna, but they're great. It all ends up great. So it's just a really fun collaborative process. It's a little different than doing dialogue. So I really like doing music sessions.
Can you remind us what titles you had to do the ADR music for?
Yes, so I helped with, I think the second season of Zombieland Saga. That was like the first thing I helped do some songs on. I did One Piece, the Whole Cake Island arc. A lot of that was all me. Just directing and making sure the lyrics were good.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of that. I even sang a little bit in some places because I was like, well, I can do it. I will do it. But that was the big one. One Piece was like a really big one, that because normally it's just like, oh, here's a little song here or a little song there. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of it because there's 2 Demon Lord shows that I always mix up there because they both have the name Demon Lord in them.
Oh my god!
So I can't remember which one it was, but I did do a song. Like I directed a song for that. So yeah, there's a handful. Anytime you hear a like one-off song in a show, I may have worked on it. So yeah.
Wow, a lot of us kind of think that you're just using the music that was already in the Japanese version.
Yeah,
but you guys are like recreating it for the Western audience.
Yeah, and it all depends on like when we get like materials, because Japan has to like approve of us doing it, because a lot of it is, you know, communicating back and forth with Japan and being like, you know, do you want us to dub the song? Yes, no, and if they're like yes, we'd love that, they send us like instrumental tracks. They send us all the background stuff so that we can record our own vocals on top of everything.
Very cool.
So yeah, a lot of it depends on that. Sometimes because we do simuldubs now, which come out like weekly, sometimes some songs don't get to come out until they're on DVD because of how fast the turnaround is. We don't always get approval to do things right away. But another show, I didn't work on the music, but that has great music in it. I'm in the show, but I'm actually not a singer. I play this girl who's a big fan of this idol group. And in the DVD release, it's called If My Favorite Pop Idol Made It to the Budokan, I Would Die.
That's the one where like the characters were in a tracksuit.
Yes. And I play the girl in the tracksuit, and I love idols. So it was really great getting to be like, yes, I love idols, because that's really me at my core. So I understand the culture behind it. So I was like, yes, this is made for me. But the songs are really great. I didn't direct the songs, but they did ask me in the end. They were like, hey, will you go through and QC, which is like quality check, the show? Like, will you just watch the show and make sure it all looks good and sounds good, and make sure we don't need to like make any more adjustments? Because that's someone's job. You have to quality check it. And they asked me to do it, and I was like, yes. So that was the first time I got to hear the songs dubbed in English. They're fantastic. They sound amazing. So I was really excited that I got to hear that. So if you like idols, you should watch that show.
So who are your favorite idols?
See,
Who do you stand for?
I'm a big Love Live fan. So I love the Love Live groups. I have a soft spot for Aqua, which was like the second full Love Live group, I guess you could say. And then I have a big soft spot for all of the Nijigasaki girls, because I directed that particular iteration of the show. So yeah, I had a really good time doing that. So and they're all like solo idols. So I really loved getting to like do a fun project where it was like, oh, they're all individuals and I love it, and they all get a cute little song. So I love that. J-pop, J-idol culture is so cute, and it makes me so happy. Makes me so happy.
So what was your reaction when K-pop just exploded in the US?
Yeah, I mean, I love K-pop too. I don't have enough bandwidth to keep up with K-pop because I can only do so many things in a day.
Right.
But
right. Especially the 1-year-old.
yes, but I do love Twice. I love Twice, and you know BTS, of course. Like you can't not like BTS. Like they're just good.
Yes.
They're so great. So yeah, when it exploded, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because I think when I was in college, the first like I guess K-pop song that really was like, oh, everyone's listening to it was what Gangnam Style.
Oh yeah.
And it like it just kind of exploded, and everyone was like, what is happening? And I think when BTS started to get on the radio, like that was crazy too. And I was like, yeah, I'm all for this. I like this. Can I have my K-pop radio station, please? Thank you.
Honestly, I wasn't really into it when they first started exploring the U.S. Like BTS, I liked some of their songs. I wasn't like into them until I like heard Blackpink, and I was like,
Blackpink is so good. Yes.
Yes.
I have some songs like on a playlist, and I have a lot of Blackpink songs. Also like New Jeans. New Jeans is great too.
New Jeans.
Yeah.
And then with Rose, she has the APT. My daughter loves it. She sings it over and over, and I'm like, I don't mind this. I can listen and sing this.
Yeah, you know what? I will listen to this over and over again.
I can do this.
You know, it's not Wheels on the Bus, so you know I'm okay with that. If I hear Wheels on the Bus one more time, I might die. Or Old MacDonald Had a Farm. You know, that's where I'm at right now in my child's musical career. You know,
yeah,
that's her musical library is just. Ugh.
With our child, we were going through YouTube and we were getting so tired. It was Coco Melon first. We're like, no, we need to find something else.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We found one that was like Badanamu, and they were like more poppy. We're like, we can jam to this.
Yeah. It's got to be enjoyable for you to listen to as well, because you're going to hear it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So, yeah.
So how did you get into music?
And I've always been a singer. So I grew up in a very musical family, and that was just kind of what I did. I did choir, I did all that stuff. So, and I've always just been kind of, singing especially has always come like super naturally to me. So that was kind of my first like passion and talent as a child and growing up. So, yeah.
Who introduced it to you, or were you like, I like?
It was kind of just my family, like being around my family and growing up. Like as I got older and I would sing things, you know, I heard like my dad or like my people that are friends of our family. They'd be like, "Oh wow, like she's really good, like for her age, like she's really good." And I would be like, "Huh, okay." But like I also wasn't like I'm the star. I was kind of the kid that was like, I'm also the quiet kid. Like, so I was like, I don't want like attention, but I recognize that people are like, but we want to hear you sing. So I would like, you know, I'd sing at holidays and church services and things like that. So yeah, it was just kind of growing up. People were just like, she's good. You know, she's good at this. And I was like, wow, I must be really good at this or something. So that was kind of just, it was always kind of just around in my family. So, yeah.
So do you find yourself being more sensitive to sounds, how people sing, or like different pitches, or like something catches your attention, like unconsciously, and you just turn?
Oh, yeah. I can. One time when me and my husband went on our honeymoon, we went to Jamaica. That was so fun. It was really beautiful. But one day on the beach, there was a guy playing steel drums, but the steel drums were like slightly out of tune.
Oh.
And so there was like one spot on the steel drums that was out of tune, and I was like laying on the beach going, I'm getting a headache. Because I could like hear it and it was driving me insane. So I was like, I can't relax with this out of tune steel drum man playing on the beach.
Wow.
So yeah, there are little things, but for the most part, like it's fine. Like if I go to karaoke with friends, like it's more of a, no, we're just having fun. Like let's just have a good time, and I'll sing like silly songs and do silly things. So I kind of love singing bad for fun. That's kind of my favorite thing. It drives my dad crazy, so I did it in the car as a kid. I would just sing bad on purpose to drive him crazy. So yeah.
I want to say thank you so much,
Yeah.
mahalo nui loa,
Thank you.
Megan, for taking your time and
Yeah.
sharing your stories
Yeah, thank
with
you.
Podcasts Across Worlds. If anyone
Yeah.
wants to connect with you, where can they find you?
The best place is on Twitter or X, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I have my Twitter. You just look up Megan Shipman. I don't know. It's not my own picture. It's a picture of me as an anime girl with purple hair. Because I like to have fun, cute pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll find me. It'll pop up. It's just Megan Shipman on Twitter. And yeah, that's really where I am the most because I check it most frequently. But I also do VTubing. So that's really fun. So I do stream like games, like just for fun, and we have a good time. So if you want to check that out, my VTuber name is Ace Sukimaru. She's a moon goddess.
Ooh, I
She's
love
really
moon
cute.
goddesses.
Yeah, so
Artemis. Yeah.
So
Serena.
the spelling is EISEI, and then the last name Sukimaru, TSUKIMARU. And so we stream stream on Twitch, and we play games, and it's really fun, and we just have a good time. So
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Definitely want to tune into that. So everybody who's listening, watching, be sure to connect with her on X or Twitch. Those are the two main ones. Other than that, thank you so much for being on Podcasts Across
thank
Worlds.
you.
And everybody else, keep reading manga, keep watching anime, and keep listening to Podcasts Across Worlds. We'll see you on the next one. Hui ho.
Thank you for listening to Podcasts Across Worlds. This is a passion project that was created by Lehua Superfina and is co-hosted by myself, Mikhail Casnova. If you enjoyed this episode and any of the topics that we talk about, or any of the guests and voice actors and various people we have on the show, then make sure you do us a solid by, if you're watching it on YouTube, which is on youtube.com/LehuaSuperfina, then make sure you like the video, share it around with someone you think would enjoy it, as well as leave a comment on what you think could be improved, or what you liked, what you didn't like, and all that in between. If you're listening to the show on any of the major podcasting outlets such as Amazon Music, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or any of the others, then make sure you leave a rating, leave a comment, interact with the polls that we put out, and so much more. If you want to support the show, we do have Patreon, as well as many other methods for supporting. And with that being said, we're signing out. We hope you enjoyed this, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Keep listening, keep watching, and keep enjoying Podcasts Across Worlds. We'll see you around.